into the future. Good morning. Good into the good. 120 minutes.
Hello there, Matt Pinfield with you for 120 minutes on MTV. Tonight we've got a very special edition of 120 lined up for you. Not only is it my first time hosting the show, but it's my great pleasure to have as my co-hosts Dave Gahan and Martin Gore from Depeche Mode. We also got a lot of great videos tonight from King Missile, Ultra Vivid Scenes, Soul Asylum, and Sloan. Plus brand new ones from the Goo Goo Dolls, Betty Severe, Best Kissers in the World, and The Shaman. 1 hour from now, we'll world premiere a brand new video from the Sundays, and right here, a world premiere from Sonic Youth's Dirty album. Here's the planet's first look at Sugarcane.
this morning with a bad hangover, and my penis was missing again. This happens all the time, it's detachable. This comes in handy a lot of the time. I can leave it home when I think it's going to get me in trouble, or I can rent it out when I don't need it. But now and then I go to a party, get drunk, and the next morning I can't, for the life of me, remember what I did with it. First I looked around my apartment and I couldn't find it, so I called up the place where the party was. They hadn't seen it either. I asked them to check the medicine cabinet, cause for some reason I leave it there sometimes, but not this time. So I told them if it pops up to let me know. I called a few people who were at the party, but they were no help either. I was starting to get desperate. I really don't like being without my penis for too long. It makes me feel like less of a man, and I really hate having to sit down every time I take a leak. After a few hours of searching the house and calling everyone I could think of, I was starting to get very depressed, so I went to the Kiev and ate breakfast. Then as I walked down 2nd Avenue towards St. Mark's Place, where all those people sell used books and other junk on the street, I saw my penis lying on a blanket next to a broken toaster oven. Some guy was selling it. I had to buy it off him. He wanted $22, but I talked him down to 17. I took it home, washed it off, and put it back on. I was happy again, complete. People sometimes tell me I should get it permanently attached, but I don't know. Even though sometimes it's a pain in the ass, I like having a detachable penis.
From Happy Hour, that's New York City's King Missile with Detachable Penis here on MTV's 120 Minutes. And an interesting story about that video. When John S. Hall, the lead singer, was filming that in New York City, outside, he was swinging around a giant detachable penis and was almost arrested for it, for indecent exposure of a phony penis.
Rightly so as well.
Would you think so? Absolutely. Okay, I just want to let you know that I'm Matt Pinfield. I'd like to introduce you to tonight's very special guests, Dave and Martin from Depeche Mode. It's good to have you here. Excellent. Thanks for coming by. Now, it's been 3 years since the massive success of Violator. And what's different about this record? Was it a real challenge to make it, to wait 3 years and to put on another record? Did it take a long time to get the feel to do another one?
That's all right. I have to answer this one, yeah. I think that we don't really think that much about sort of going from album to album. Violator was incredibly successful, and yeah, in the back of your mind, you want to sustain your success. We've pretty much we've climbed and climbed, and we've got more and more successful at what we do, and our audience has got bigger and bigger, and the fans have pretty much been there all the time with us, right. Which is a lot to do with that,
Yeah.
So I think what we do is we want the songs to be great, and we go into the studio with the attitude of this has got to be better than the last album, and in terms of what we want to do and put out, we want it to be different. We try and push ourselves as much as possible to try some different ideas and try different things out. Like with this album, we introduced some different people in. We had some gospel singers come in, and we had a string section. We had a hill and pipe player, which is like this bagpipe thing. Right. And we had never really worked with any other musicians like that, so that was pretty interesting. And for us, to be in there, yeah. For instance, when Mark was singing One Caress with a 28-piece string section, to watch that and it's live and being done right then, it was really, really exciting. I had sort of all chills down the back of my back.
Yeah.
And, started thinking about live and performing the songs, and then all those sorts of things come into mind when you start recording, again. But I think we just go into it with the attitude that we want to make the best record possible, you know.
That's great, and you definitely have. And we'll be back with Dave and Martin in just a little bit, but you're watching 120 Minutes, and we're going to get right now to the Goo Goo Dolls' new video. They're from Buffalo, New York, from the album Superstar Car Wash. This is We Are the Normal.
Resist the future. Meet it head-on with the latest wave of buzz clips. Belly.
Get up, boy, when you're talking to me.
Nana Cherry.
But am I friend? Yeah, yeah.
Diggable Planets.
I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Soul Asylum.
Black gold in a white light.
Stereo MCs.
Do it again. Do it again.
MTV's Buzz Clips. The music revolution continues.
Bart, I'm gonna open my mouth and close my eyes, and you're gonna give me a big surprise.
Crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery Butterfinger.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Some say that we are not alone in the universe. Others say intelligent life surrounds us. Paramount Pictures presents the true story of one man who just may know for sure.
They took it.
Fire in the Sky, based on the Travis Walton case, rated PG-13, starts Friday, March 12th at theaters everywhere.
Wherever there's a pool, there's always a flirt. Whenever there is school, there'll always be homework. Whenever there's a beat, there's always a drum. Whenever there's fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Always Coca-Cola. The stars will always shine, the birds will always sing. As long as there is thirst, there's always the real thing. Coca-Cola Classic is always the one. Whenever there is fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
Something big is coming from Certs.
Yeah?
A breath mint with extra mint for extra cool, fresh flavor.
Sounds big.
Bigger than you think.
New sugar-free Certs extra flavor mints with resin. Try 'em.
I'd like to, but I can't get up.
A refreshing new way to be certain with Certs.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. Tell me, do you like Stephen King?
King? Ooh, frightening stuff.
How would you like to buy Dolores Claiborne for $7.95?
The hardcover?
Yep, and you don't have to buy anything more.
You got a deal.
Introducing the Stephen King Library, now shockingly easy and inexpensive to acquire, starting with Dolores Claiborne for just $7.95. What comes to mind when I say Stephen King?
Psychos with hatchets. Demon dogs.
Your collection will build into an entire gruesome library. Pet Cemetery, Misery, The Shining, Carrie. No commitment or minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. What do you think of when I say Stephen King? Dolores Claiborne is Classic King for only $7.95. Call now before it's too late.
Nasty creatures you wouldn't believe.
Call 1-800-241-5500 now to get Dolores Claiborne. Keep it and pay just $7.95 plus shipping and handling. Future volumes will come, one every 7 weeks, each with a 10-day free trial. Keep only the ones you want, cancel anytime.
Matt Pinfield, and with me tonight, David Martin from Depeche Mode. We just saw a little bit of Just Can't Get Enough from your '81 debut album, Speak and Spell, in the Vince Clarke days. Here we are, 8 albums later, 12 years later.
We might as well go home right now. We probably destroyed our career.
What, with the old songs? Are you not fond of the old songs? You care about
No, it's actually, it's just, when you see something like that, I mean, it was literally, how many years ago?
Yeah, it's 12 years
12
now.
years ago, and, we look about 10 years old, and it sounds like we made the record when we was about 10 years old as well. But I don't know. See, that was like a Vince song, and Vince's style of writing, everything is completely different to Martin's, and everybody.
Yeah.
That song has kind of been like this thing that's hung around our neck for years and years and years, and still we're trying to shake the just can't get enough thing off a bit, just because we've moved on so much. You know, it's not that we're not proud of what we've done in our past. Of course we are. But. You've got to move on, and I know people have to sort of hark back to the history but I was just pick a different video.
Right. Now, Martin, as far as your songwriting goes over the years, has it changed from back when you started with A Broken Frame? Has the whole approach, the way you write your songs, changed at all? The instruments you use?
No, I still basically work in the same way. I usually start with an acoustic guitar, work out the chord structure, vocal melody, lyrics, and then I usually sort of move on to computers and samplers and stuff, and then try and work out a demo that I can present to the rest of the band.
Right. That's great, and that's so...
I would hope that there's been some evolution, though. I hope so.
Yeah, I think there definitely has. Mark's, as I said before, I think Mark's demos are quite stripped back now, to whereas around sort of time of Construction Time Again and Some Great Reward, those albums, Martin was really kind of right up to Music for the Masses even, was really finishing demos in that, the arrangements and structures, and he was pretty strict about that's how he wanted it to be. So we would go in the studio and make that song better, record it in a more professional way, if you like. But I think over the last couple of years, especially the last couple of albums, Alan and myself and Flood have been able to have have a lot more influence in things like sound and structure and arrangement and all that kind of stuff, and attitude and what kind of instrumentation is going to be used for that part, and so it's more fun now basically, and everybody I think that you can feel good about that. You have more involvement in the making of the thing. It's not just like Mark hands it to us and we, copy it kind of thing anymore.
He's got more democratic over the years.
But I don't know about Mark's probably, Mark was saying it's the same as what you're probably still the same in the way he writes a song.
Right. Speaking of going back to older albums, though, here's a video that goes way back to '84 and Depeche Mode's fourth album, Some Great Reward. This is From their 7th album, Grave Dancers Union, that's Soul Asylum with Black Gold. That video features, in case you didn't notice, a cameo from George Wendt, also known as Norm from Cheers. It's MTV's 120 Minutes. My name is Matt Pinfield, and stay tuned, because we've got a world premiere video from the Sundays coming up, plus a brand new one from Betty Severe. And right after the break, more with tonight's special co-host, Depeche Mode. First, a look at the top 10 albums on alternative radio this week.
45 revolutions per minute. 360 revolutions per minute. MTV, 1,000 revolutions per minute. The music revolution will be televised.
We took whole roasted almonds,
covered them in pure milk chocolate,
and a thin candy shell to get...
Ta-da! New M&M's almond chocolate candies.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand. Sorry, fellas, I'm new here.
Carrie Jacobson's a milk drinker. Once I saw her, I had to meet her. She says milk helps with shiny hair and beautiful skin. She's right, she's gorgeous. She gets a lot of attention. For me, she gets total attention. Milk does a body good.
You're on the set. When the lights come up and the camera starts to roll, there's no place to hide. And even one flake of dandruff, even one, can ruin it all. That's why I use Head & Shoulders. You know, it's even better than it was just a couple of years ago. Today's Head & Shoulders gets to 10 times more of the places dandruff starts. Put it to the test. Prove it to yourself. Head & Shoulders and Head & Shoulders 2-in-1. Because great hair can't have flakes.
Perfect moisture.
Not a drop of oil.
New oil-free oil of Olay. It won't clog pores. It's very unshiny and...
Absolutely. In no way.
Is there even a bit of oil? New 100% oil-free oil of Olay.
Yo, come on, move this. Shake that body. Baby, let me show you how to do this. You got it. Move this, you got it. Move that. Shake that body for me.
Revlon New Complexion Makeup.
Want a really natural look with a totally weightless feel? Try Revlon New Complexion Makeup. My makeup.
We took whole roasted almonds,
covered them in pure milk chocolate,
and a thin candy shell to get...
Ta-da! New M&M's almond chocolate candies.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand. Sorry, fellas, I'm new here.
And stick around for a world premiere video from the Sundays, plus the latest from Sloan. Tonight we're spending 120 minutes with Dave and Martin from Depeche Mode. Making this record, your vocal sound is a little different, and especially on the single of I Feel You. It's really in your face. It's got a lot of edge. It's great. What's different about the way you did the vocals on this one, Dave?
Well, I think, first of all, I tried a lot harder. Right. I was very conscious. I wanted to... I think my voice has changed quite a bit over the last few years. I like to sing live in the studio as well. I like to sort of just have a mic and monitors and stuff like I would live when we're on tour. And I felt a lot more comfortable doing that. And also, I just, I think a lot of the time as well, we've done a lot of stuff where we discovered that I could sing in a higher octave. So we've done a lot of kind of stuff like that where I'd sing the song in the same key, but we'd be up an octave, so that was mixed in there as well, so it gave it a much more of an edge and stuff. But, I think my voice has just matured a lot, and I've gained a lot more confidence. A lot of that's due to sort of live work and stuff like that. Plus, I rested my voice for a long while.
Right. Well, that helps a lot, too, I'm sure. Martin, as far as when you wrote it, just like the demo version of Personal Jesus, which is straight out acoustic, which had an edgy feel, kind of like blues meets whatever, but it was cool. Same feeling when you wrote I Feel You?
Pretty much, it was very riff-based. The
Right.
demo is just basically like a shuffle beat, the riff, and that sort of cross beat, like a vocal sound, and that was basically the demo with the vocals over the top.
Right.
And it did sort of sound slightly Personal Jesus-like, and we were aware of that, and sort of
We've actually tried to
consciously
steer
had
it
to sort
away.
of steer it away from that direction.
Because it's very bluesy in the same sort of way, and it had that kind of beat, that shuffle beat on the floor that those guys would be doing when they're,
sitting there and doing the blues.
Yeah, and that's what we was trying to do as well, but mixing it in with the classic sort of Depeche, treatments.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, myself and everyone else as well, we wanted it to have a much more of a live feel, and we wanted the thing to sound a lot more ballsy and straight in your face and stuff like that, as you said before. So there was a lot more performance really going down on that track as well, in terms of playing and Mark playing guitar and stuff like that, and me singing.
You can feel it too. I mean, you can hear it. It's layered. It sounds great. It comes out at you. It's in your face. We'll be checking out the new Depeche Mode video for "I Feel You" in just a few moments. But first, here's a new one from a Dutch band called Betty Seveert. This is off their debut album Palomine, and it's called Tomboy.
She was underwhelmed, if that's a word. I know it's not, 'cause I looked it up. That's one of the skills that I learned in my school. I was overwhelmed, and I'm sure of that one, 'cause I learned it back in grade school when I was young. She said you was funny, I said you are funny. She said thank you, and I said never mind. And she rolled her eyes, her beautiful eyes. Point is not the grammar, it's the feeling that is certainly in my heart, but not in hers, but not in hers, but not in hers, but not in hers, but not in We were talking about people that eat meat. I felt like an ass 'cause I was one. She said it's okay, but I felt like I just ate my young. She's obviously a person with the cause. I told her that I don't smoke or drink. She told me to loosen up on her way to the LC. She skips her classes and gets good grades. I go to my courses, rain or shine. She's passed her classes while I attend mine. While I attend mine. While I attend mine.
their debut album Smeared, that's a band from Halifax, Nova Scotia called Sloan, with their video Underwhelmed here on 120 Minutes. I'm Matt Pinfield, and be sure to stick around for a world premiere video from the Sundays. It's their cover of the Rolling Stones classic Wild Horses, and if you haven't heard this one yet, it sort of does what the Cowboy Junkies did for Lou Reed's Sweet Jane. That's coming up, and of course more with tonight's special co-hosts, Depeche Mode.
Duran Duran plus the equals the Duran.
It's hot and it's happening. It's sounds of the 70s, the biggest, hottest collection of 70s hits ever. Get the hottest songs of 1979, more than 1 full hour of hits for only $9.99 on compact disc or cassette. Then, audition other great sounds of the 70s albums. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. For a good time, call this number now.
Call 1-800-831-0700 or send $9.99 for 1 cassette or 1 CD plus $3.50 shipping to the address on your screen. Phones open 24 hours.
Chocolate is scrumptious when it crunches. That's why I love Nestle Crunch. That's why I love Nestle Crunch Scrunches.
Beautiful is
Clean, fresh, alive.
CoverGirl Clean Makeup.
Beautiful is
knowing your makeup is Noxzema Clean.
Fresh, true, naturally you.
The natural look that's good to your skin. Clean Makeup. CoverGirl. Redefining beautiful.
If your skin's not clean, forget about it ever being clear.
Well, that's logical.
Get that Clearasil clean with Clearasil Daily Face Wash, because clean leads to clear. So now you can foam your face clean.
Wow, foam! My face feels different.
And deep down dirt and oil are history.
So I should toss all this stuff.
Yeah, and it's got moisturizer so it won't over-dry your skin.
Home rule!
Get Clearasil Daily Face Wash, because clean leads to clear.
Yeah.
A new kind of softness is about to touch you. Camay Flare. Now with fragrant drops of natural moisturizer, leaving you softer than ever. Sexy. Uncover a new you and be softer too. Camay.
Into the future. Good morning. Good into the good 120 minutes.
Hello, I'm Matt Pinfield with you again for the second 60 of MTV's 120 Minutes. I just want to let you know that next week the show will start a half an hour later, 12:30, 11:30 Central. But don't get really worried about it, because the following week it'll go back to its usual schedule. Coming up, more conversation with David Martin of Depeche Mode. Also, alternative music videos from Sugar, the Candy Skins, Ned's Atomic Dustbin, Therapy, and Belly. Plus brand new ones from the best kissers in the world, the Shaman, and right here to kick off the hour is the world premiere video from the Sundays. From the album Blind, here as promised is the planet's first look at their cover of the Rolling Stones classic, Wild Horses.
Is easy to do.
From their debut album, Copper Blue, that's ex-Husker Du frontman Bob Mould's new band, Sugar, with If I Can't Change Your Mind. You're watching MTV's 120 Minutes. My name is Matt Pinfield, and joining me tonight, it's David Martin from Depeche Mode. Let's talk about, speaking of spiritual, and the title of the album, Songs of Faith and Devotion, there's songs on the album like Mercy, Judas, Condemnation, Higher Love. Very spiritual themes there. Is that what direction you're going in with yourself as far as your writing?
I think I've got a problem and I should go and see a psychoanalyst.
I think you're right, Mark.
I mean, it's not just this album. I've only ever dealt with about 3 topics in all of my songs ever. Love, sex and religion, and they're usually all, you know...
That's pretty much it, though. It's a life, isn't it?
They make the world go round.
Intertwined, you know. They're, a lot of the time I think they're the same thing, so that's what you know, I tend to write about. That's my inspiration.
I mean, a lot of people often ask me as well, you know, if it's difficult for me to sing Mark's lyrics and stuff like that as well. And no, it's not. You know, I always say no because the subjects that he sings about are, you know, life really, and experiences in life, and all sorts of people going through all the time. So it's easy for me to do that.
Right. I mean, you've expressed it so many different ways. From "I Want You Now" on Music for the Masses to, I mean, even "Somebody," which is some people's favorite song of all time. They just love. They feel it you know, portrays so many passions and human emotions in that track. It's a great song. All those songs are really great. And the new record's great too. And we'll be talking more with David Martin later.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be talking more with David Martin later.
We'll be taking Matt on tour with us as well.
I've played some more of the good ones on this show, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've only played... Well, you played Shape with These. I like that, and I Feel You. That's about it, though.
Now that you've crucified us with those videos.
Oh, well, you know, hey, show people how far you've come. It's a great feeling.
All right.
Okay. All right, we'll be back. We'll be checking out a cult classic with Depeche as well. Right here is a video from Oxford's England's Candy Skins, and their new album's called Fun. This is Wembley.
Here's a song from me to you. I hope you understand me. I can't forget that day we met. I loved you all so madly. And all the things I used to do, I gave them up so gladly. Well, yes, I love you. Well, I think I love you. Well, let's just say there's something in your smile. Do you remember getting drunk on Uncle Derek's brandy? We were sick, yeah, we were young. I wanted you so badly. Well, yes, I love you. Well, I think I love you. Well, let's just say there's something in your smile. Well, yes, I want you. Well, I think I want you. Well, let's just say there's something in your smile. Tell me why you spoke to him. You shouldn't be so friendly. My violent temper strikes again. I need you to defend me. It's 1966 again. Love as big as Wembley. Wembley. Tell me. Well, yes, I love you. And I'll always love you. Well, let's just say there's something in your smile.
picture on. What I see just makes me cry. I'm way down now. I'm way down now. The clocks will all run backwards. All the sheep will have two heads. A Thursday night and Friday will be on Tuesday night instead. And all the times will keep on changing. And the movement will increase. And there's something about the living bit that sends me off my feet. There's bleeding in the sewers. And the rats are on their way. They're clouding up the images of my perfect day. And I know I'm not alone. And I know I'm not alone. And I know I'm not alone. Inside my TV I never stop to wonder why. I'm way down now. I'm way down now. There's some faceless kid comes on my screen. Most honest I've ever seen. I'm way down now. I'm way
MTV's Beavis and Butthead. It's pretty funny. Or at least, they think it is. Premieres tomorrow. That was cool.
We took whole roasted almonds.
Cover them in pure milk chocolate.
And a thin candy shell to get...
Ta-da! New M&M's almond chocolate candies.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand. Sorry, fellas, I'm new here.
That's one monster forest fire.
That ain't no fire. Look, it's moving. Get back in the truck! Travis, get out of there! Travis! We told you everything we know.
Well, where is he then?
They took him.
Fire in the Sky, rated PG-13, starts Friday, March 12th at theaters everywhere.
Flavor crystals? Try to get away with it in my class.
These dots indicate an explosive personality.
Cinnaburst with flavor crystals may not be suitable for adults.
Rock anthem is something that really inspires.
Real honest.
Just driving along in your Chevy, something you'd like pump your fist to. Just rock.
Turn it up.
Introducing Entertainment Weekly's new Rock Anthem CD collection. This exclusive new collection has 24 timeless rock anthems compiled for the first time on 2 amazing CDs or audio cassettes. And when you order Entertainment Weekly, you get the Rock Anthems collection free.
For free? I don't believe it.
It's free when you subscribe to Entertainment Weekly at a savings of almost 70% off the cover price. Call right now and get 30 issues for 4 monthly installments of only $5.99 each, or use your credit card today.
This is definitely the ultimate air guitar collection.
So call and subscribe today. You'll save almost 70% off Entertainment Weekly, and you'll get the new Rock Anthems collection free.
2 CDs of those old songs would be like bringing back the old friends.
If you're looking
for some great music to liven up your next party? Then you'll want the Ultimate Party Album.
Yeah, it's a new 4-record collection that has 40 of the greatest party songs ever.
I love a night like I've got to forget. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. Do it like taking me through the night. Shadow dancing, hot child in the city.
When the lights go down in the California town.
I solve my problems and I see the light.
4 records or 2 cassette tapes, only $19.95.
2 compact discs, just $24.95. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-441-0200 or save COD fees by sending $19.95 for records or cassettes or $24.95 for compact discs, plus $4.35 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
20 minutes. I'm Matt Pinfield and David Martin from Depeche Mode are here.
And we're very confused.
But we're having fun.
Yeah.
It's just the videos you're checking out. You haven't seen them in a long time, right? So
Well, it's like that
flipping
one
you out a little bit.
Strange Love's, that was the American version of the single, and we were sort of forced to do another video at the time, and weren't as happy with it as the original that we done with Anton.
Right.
But there you go.
And there it is. Okay. Well, of course, you guys are here, but with Fletch and Andy, of course. I'm sorry, Fletch is Andy. Fletch and Alan. Fletch and Alan. How are those guys doing? I mean, when it comes to the individual things you guys do in the band Depeche Mode, you're just half of it. What is everybody's role in the band, Martin?
Well, basically, I had to take on the songwriting mantle really when Vince left the band, because somebody had to do it.
Was that really what it was like? How was it? Was it a scary thing? Was it frightening when it first happened? I mean, when he left, did you say, well, here's what I'm going to do? Or were you writing already?
Well, I was already writing. I started writing songs when I was about 13, so it was like, more of a natural thing, really. I just, as I said, somebody had to do it, and I'd already been doing it for 5-6 years anyway. So I just carried on. And we didn't worry about it too much. We were too young and naive to even worry, When you're young, you tend not to worry about it.
You really don't, you don't plan out things so much. And, we just went into the studio and Martin was forced to write 10 songs or whatever, and we went in and recorded them. And really, when you listen to A Broken Friend, we all think it's our weirdest album because it's quite patchy and all over the place. So it's really like kind of lightweight pop, and then there's these kind of experimental tracks like Monument and stuff like that. It's like usually it's the maddest fans that are into that album.
Yeah. Like Secret Garden, to Photograph of You. I mean, going back and forth in the whole record.
Yeah. Leaving Silence was the single that was on there, which was
first one.
Yeah.
That's great. So going back to your original question, so I took on that role, and Alan is a musician. He's like a classically trained pianist, and he's a lot more musically talented than the rest of us, basically, because he's, that's.
Plus, he'll work a lot harder.
Yeah, and we're a lot lazier, so we tend to let him do a lot of that side of things. Dave's naturally a singer. We took Dave on because we liked his voice. He's the singer, and Andy's not musical at all, so he sort of tends to involve himself in like more business side of things.
Right, I see, but it all works out together.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the roles are pretty defined now, but at the same time, it works really well together. As you say, Flood describes it as like these 4 corners of a square that comes together, and we make something really special when we come together and it works.
Right.
So I think there's less aggravation now with people fighting for space and stuff like that, because over the years everyone has found their space, and Al's happy to sit at the desk for 12 hours a day.
Right. And it's working out great now. I mean,
he's over there now, in fact. Still.
Okay, more with David Martin a little later on, but right now here's a brand new video from Seattle's Best Kissers in the World. Their new album's called Puddin'. Actually, it's an EP. And this song is called Picking Flowers For.
Take a lot of light through these 2 little holes underneath the smile. I'm scorched over the coals. I pile up the garbage behind everybody's back. I'm picking flowers for myself and no one else. I took the heat for crying. I'm not crying anymore. Didn't have to suffer. Yeah, I knew the score, but I was in too deep. And because I'm beautiful, I'm picking flowers for
From their first full-length album, Nurse, that's an Irish trio called Therapy with Nausea here on MTV's 120 Minutes. I'm Matt Pinfield, and still to come tonight, the latest from Belly, a brand new video from The Shaman, and a cult classic from tonight's special co-hosts, Depeche Mode.
Oh, listless, Doctor.
Have you tried MTV?
MTV? Isn't that for deviants?
Not at all, Mrs. Nelson. MTV is the perfect source for added pep. Mix it with his chocolate milk, and he won't even notice the taste.
Come on, buddy. Let's try some MTV.
Damn you! Damn you! See, he's getting peppier already. And so am I.
Oh, Doctor.
MTV, no longer only for deviants.
Perfect moisture.
Not a drop of oil.
New oil-free oil of Olay. It won't clog pores. It's very unshiny and...
Absolutely. In no way.
Is there even a bit of oil? New 100% oil-free oil of Olay.
We need a young female operative.
Bridget Fonda. The government trained her as their weapon. Taught her how to kill.
I want 2 bullets in the VIP.
Then trapped her.
I'm through. I'm out.
Like calling a cleaner.
Beyond the hope of any rescue.
You mentioned the word bullet and you mentioned the word brain.
Beyond the point of no return. Point of No Return. Rated R. Starts Friday, March 19th at a theater near you.
The actual size of a Jolly Rancher candy is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch square. But the actual taste of a Jolly Rancher candy is immeasurable. Jolly Rancher candy, the great taste of fruit, squared.
Yo, come on, move this. Shake that body. Shake that body. Baby, let me show you how to do this. You got it. Move this. You got it. Move that. Shake that body for me.
Revlon Outrageous Lip Color. All out color and shine for outrageous lips.
You know those credit card commercials where they tell you to jaunt off to someplace with crystal clear water and really strange fruit and don't bother packing because you can charge everything once you get there? This isn't one of them, okay? Any decent credit card can do that. We're taking our MasterCard to the supermarket. How's that for exotic? Now that you mention it, I guess it is kind of exotic. I mean, you've got a MasterCard, they've got the fruit, right? What's a kumquat? Whatever it is, they're 5 for a quarter. You want crystal clear water? They have aisles of it. And now, no card is more accepted on the planet, including supermarkets. So you don't have to worry about exact change or losing your receipt or whether you even remember to record how much your check was for in the first place. It's just another smart way you can use your MasterCard. Only when you get your statement, you don't have a conniption. You just have a record of your grocery spending for the month. And a couple kumquats. MasterCard. It's more than a credit card. It's smart money.
A new kind of softness is about to touch you. Camay Innocent, now with fragrant drops of natural moisturizer, leaving you softer than ever. Tender. Uncover a new you, and be softer too. Camay. It's the future. Meet it head on with the latest wave of buzz clips. Belly. Nana Cherry. Diggable Planets.
I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Soul Asylum. Stereo MCs. MTV's Buzz Clips. The music revolution continues.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh.
Sorry. Tell me, do you like Stephen King?
King? Ooh, frightening stuff.
How would you like to buy Dolores Claiborne for $7.95?
The hardcover?
Yeah, and you don't have to buy anything more.
You got a deal.
Introducing the Stephen King Library, now shockingly easy and inexpensive to acquire, starting with Dolores Claiborne for just $7.95. What comes to mind when I say Stephen King?
Psychos with hatchets. Demon dogs.
Your collection will build into an entire gruesome library. Pet Sematary, Misery, The Shining, Carrie. No commitment or minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. What do you think of when I say Stephen King? Dolores Claiborne is Classic King for only $7.95. Call now before it's too late.
Nasty creatures you wouldn't believe.
Call 1-800-241-5500 now to get Dolores Claiborne. Keep it and pay just $7.95 plus shipping and handling. Future volumes will come, one every 7 weeks, each with a 10-day free trial. Keep only the ones you want, cancel anytime.
Fred Black. You know, if you go into any zoo, you can figure out which animals would be good eating just by using your instinctual eye, and you can tell by looking at the animal whether or not it would be good eating. You know, I'd say, you know, a third of the animals look like they're good for eating and 2/3 don't. But generally, cute animals from the savannah are good eating.
Chew on this. Every month, over 100 million of us go out for breakfast, and almost nobody brings a toothbrush. Now, chew on this. Great tasting Trident actually helps fight cavities when you chew it after meals. So when you can't brush, chew on this. Trident. Chew on this. Nearly 7 out of 10 of us usually don't brush after lunch, especially lunches on the run. Now, chew on this. Great tasting Trident actually helps fight cavities when you chew it after meals. So when you can't brush, chew on this. Trident.
That's one monster forest fire.
That ain't no fire. Look, it's moving.
Get back in the truck!
Travis, get out of there! Travis! We told you everything we know.
Well, where is he then?
They took him.
Fire in the Sky, rated PG-13, starts Friday, March 12th at theaters everywhere.
If potato chips are gonna cross your lips, keep them fresh, make them fine all the time. That's Pringles, pop the Pringles. Not like chips in a bag, they don't stay fresh. It's a drag. Candles bagged with buster pieces, get your hands full of greases. We've got whole crunchy chips, clean and crispy to your lips. Pringles, pop the Pringles. Go for fresh because Pringles got them. Fresh pop right to the bottom. Once you pop, you can't stop.
We took whole roasted almonds.
Cover them in pure milk chocolate.
And a thin candy shell to get...
Ta-da! New M&M's almond chocolate candies.
The milk chocolate melts in your mouth.
Not in your hand. Sorry, fellas.
For staying up with 120 minutes tonight. Believe me, we really do appreciate it. I'm Matt Pinfield, and tonight my special guest co-hosts have been Dave and Martin from Depeche Mode. It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we had a good time.
I really enjoyed it. I wanted to ask you real quick before we do have you head out. I'd like to know when you plan on going on tour, and have you thought about opening acts or any of that stuff yet?
We've got a list like this long of ideas for opening acts, so it's really difficult actually because you know we like to take somebody out with us that we all like and that we're all into, and it's.
And that list's about this long.
Yeah, and that list's about this long, because we all come from different. You know, everybody likes different kinds of stuff, but. We're getting there. We're getting close to it. Yeah, we start the tour in May in Europe and in France. We're there over in Europe for quite a while, and we come over here in September. Start in September right up until Christmas, pretty much. And then after that, we're off to the new year. I think we're going to go to South America and Australia, Far East. Then we'll probably come back to America the following summer. So it's we've got a long way to go yet.
Excellent.
But I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, everybody's really excited that you're coming back over. They're psyched. They want to see the band live again.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll be great to see the new songs live and some of the old favorites as well.
It'll be different as well because we've approached this whole album in a different sort of way as well with regards to performance, and you know, Al's going to be playing some drums, and you know, we're hoping to have a couple of singers with us as well to help out some vocals. And I think there'll be all the sort of classic Depeche stuff in there in the show, but I think there'll be a few surprises and some things that you haven't seen Depeche Mode do before. And so for us as well, that's really exciting too, and a challenge, you know.
Great. Well, thanks a lot for coming. I really appreciate it. Dave, Martin, great to have you.
Cheers.
We'll see you later. We'll see you again when you come on tour. We're really looking forward to that. And here's a brand new video for the title track to the Shaman's latest album. This is Boss Drum.
Motivating rhythm of life. Motivating rhythm of life with a healing rhythmic synergy. Motivating rhythm of life. Motivating rhythm of life with a healing rhythmic synergy.
rhythm of time for tomorrow's track. Making that vital reconnection to the goddess mind.
Boss drum, motivating rhythm of life with a cultural revival. This is survival. Natural, magical patterns of percussion is the discussion. So listen up close. Let it connect you to the powers that be with the healing rhythmic synergy. Techno tribal, a positively primal, shamanic, anarchistic, archaic revival.
Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within. Bass drum, here we go again. Rhythm of town from a distant time. An echo of long ago, not yet forgotten. No, bass drum in control again. Rhythm of town for tomorrow's track. Making that vital reconnection to the goddess mind.
Boss drum, self-explanatory, planetary information is the situation with mystical rhythmic beats taking over and over and over and moving with the sound, altering your state of consciousness. Nevertheless, will gain your access to a techno tribal, positive primal, shamanic, anarchistic, archaic revival.
Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been.
Boss drum.
The rhythm. The rhythm.
Boss drum, motivating rhythm of life with a cultural revival. This is survival.
Boss drum in control again. Rhythm of time for tomorrow's track.
Boss drum, positively primal, shamanic, anarchistic, archaic revival.
Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has always been within you. Activate the rhythm that has.
That's The Shaman with Boss Drum, and that's the final video on 120 Minutes tonight. Thanks very much to Dave and Martin from Depeche Mode for stopping by, and be sure to tune in next Sunday when John and John from They Might Be Giants will be here to host and play acoustic. And don't forget, the time has changed next week. It's 12:30, 11:30 Central, but just for 1 week, so don't get upset about it. And if you feel like it, write in and let us know what you thought of tonight's show. The address is 1515 Broadway, 24th floor, New York, New York, 10036. Thanks for watching, and for 120 minutes, I'm Matt Pinfield. Stay tuned now as the 90s music revolution continues right here on MTV.